Another entertaining women's matchup in Orangeburg, South Carolina today between Fayetteville State and Claflin. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the HBCU Sports Crossover Show presented by Procter & Gamble. And man, it feels good to be back with you. I'm Jazz McCoy. He's Tali Carr, and we're in our Atlanta studio to bring you the best stories in sports, entertainment, and culture from around our HBCUs. Tali, what a game. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, that game was tight. It was back and forth, and then we get to the fourth quarter, and Fayetteville State goes on that spurt, and offensively, but it was the defensive spurt, if you will, because Claflin had 3 straight possessions that resulted in turnovers. There was 2 steals and 1 block. They were on the verge of maybe being in position for a comeback, but Fayetteville State clamped it with the defense, a top 10 defensive team in the country when it comes to field goal percentage, and held up today as the tough Lady Broncos defense on Claflin. They get the win.
And we'll get you back out to Orangeburg for the men's game at the bottom of the hour. But for now, it's time for some other HBCU sports news. We want to highlight an organization that is doing big things in the world of swimming and aquatics. According to the Center for Disease Control and the USA Swimming Foundation, African Americans are almost 6 times more likely to drown in a swimming pool than other racial groups. Well, there's a group that's not only trying to curb those statistics in our communities of color, but also promote water safety and aquatic sports at our HBCUs. We talked to members of Diversity in Aquatics about their 3-prong approach to saving lives.
Our 3 prongs is that we're educating on water safety education. 2 is that we are promoting and bringing back and celebrating aquatic programming in diverse communities. And 3 is that we are truly at the impetus of working with our historically Black colleges and universities towards supporting their aquatic programming and also bringing back their aquatic programming as part of the fold. People don't realize the amount of money that it does take to operate NCAA swim and dive team. Swimming is one of the sports that is dubbed a non-revenue generating sport. So we have to really understand where swimming and diving sit in many of our aquatic sports, not only non-revenue generating being a factor why the HBCUs would no longer continue those programs. It's also a systemic items that contribute to it as well.
I can't fault them. I understand that pools are expensive, but it goes back well beyond HBCUs. This goes back to slavery. When we came to the colonies, we knew how to swim. Black people were taught that we don't swim because they wanted us to be slaves. We would rather swim to death than to actually stay in the colonies. It's been so ingrained in our culture that we still say at barbecues and functions, we don't get near that water. Come on, me and my said, don't get near that water. Like we still have that in our culture. So when you start looking at the heads of different HBCUs, you have these beautiful pools that might not be used. They might be underutilized. And more importantly, it's a risk because they don't have the function around it whether it be lifeguards, whether it be personal flotation devices, they're not up to code. I can see why HBCUs are not putting funding into the pools, but that's not the answer for us. The CDC has already said that drowning in the US is at an epidemic level. And we as people of color, but more importantly, Black people, we're drowning at a higher rate. So we need to be going to our highest institutions, which is our HBCUs, and not closing pools to build other facilities or making pools resorts for people to use for pool parties. We need to be actively enriching our culture with understanding that swimming is not just a great sport, which it is, don't get me wrong. It's a life skill.
I'm less than a month in my position at Coppin, and I was hired to bring in a vision for what's going to be a revolution in aquatics here at the university. So revitalizing the swim program is going to really require targeted investments in infrastructure, and that's one of the things that Coppin has really stood behind. There's a state-of-the-art 8-lane facility pool there, recruitment in partnership with organizations such as Diversity in Aquatics, as well as the American Red Cross, USA Swimming, and similar organizations that support swimming and water safety is going to help us to focus on the expanding access to aquatics in those underrepresented communities. The more that we can recruit, the more that we can build awareness, the more that we can train our student athletes and students as well about swimming and what it means to be a swimmer at any level, the better off it'll be, because then you create a pipeline of student athletes who then eventually become coaches, and that world expands. But with a limited pool to choose from, that's where the challenge is. So my focus is expanding awareness around aquatics across the campus, and then immediately the community that surrounds the campus. 5 years from now, in 2030, aquatics programming across HBCUs would simply be full, robust, would not be considered an anomaly. It would be the norm. There will be intense competition as it once was. When I first acquired this position, I called the folks at Howard and told them I'm coming, because I really want to create a world where there's something that swimmers on the younger level can look forward to, can make those recruiting trips again, and start to really build out something that looks phenomenal and sustainable, because access is everything. And when Dr. Lynn says, why can't we do that, I think our rebuttal should be we can, and in 2030 we'll say we did.
The rise in the number of applications for our HBCUs has risen significantly in the last several years. I know for us at Howard University, right now we are at the top of what we can take as part of our Howard Swim and Dive team. And there are more athletes that are participating in swimming and water polo and diving and rowing. There was a 1968 Howard University rowing team that won several awards. In our partnership with U.S. Water Polo, we brought back a water polo club. And many of those students are the ones who aren't on our swim team. There is so much possibilities for this. And so what you asked is, what does it look like 2030? Not only having more that have swimming programs, but more that have different aquatic programs. We become the nucleus of, at our HBCUs, to have aquatic programming, and being also not only just aquatic programming in a competitive sense, but we become aquatic learning centers for our communities as well, to help save lives and create more opportunities in aquatics.
Amazing work. We look forward to more HBCUs not only having competitive swim teams, but water polo and rowing teams as well, with the support of organizations like Diversity and Aquatics. We're just getting started here in Atlanta. When we come back, we're going to check Tolly's pulse on all the big HBCU sports news. We'll break it all down next on the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show, presented by Procter & Gamble. Welcome back to our Atlanta studios. This week in HBCU basketball featured lots of big upsets and thrilling finishes. Division II HBCU teams came to play. Let's check the pulse. We flash back to MLK Day, where Dr. King's alma mater, Morehouse, pulled off an epic upset over Howard University in front of a sold-out crowd in D.C. The Morehouse men did the good Reverend proud en route to their first victory over a Division I program since 1997.
Not since Jazz was born has Morehouse defeated a Division I program. They got Howard this week. That's a battle of two big brands on a big day. It was on MLK Day, and Morehouse shot the lights out in D.C., came away with a big upset win.
Yes, they did. And next up, continuing on the theme of thrilling victories, the Tigers of Tennessee State played yet another overtime game, defeating UT Martin 81-80 on Tuesday. It was already the Cardiac Kids' fourth overtime game on the year. And Tolly, we're just still in January.
Yes, we are. Look, we love to talk Tennessee State. Sometimes some people forget about Tennessee State, man. They get off and start doing their own thing. But I went back this week getting ready for the show and looked at the season stats, and I was like, 4 overtimes? Like, how many teams will play 4 overtimes in a year? And we still have over a month of the regular season to go. So they are the Cardiac Kids, if you will. Hey, you pay your money for a Tennessee State ticket, you'll get to see a little free basketball every once in a while.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a player, yet a coach, or a parent watching your kid playing a game like that. And finally, we've been keeping you up to date with all the football coaching news, and we had another big name NFL hire this week. Mississippi Valley State announced Terrell Buckley as the new head coach of the Delta Devils. The Super Bowl champ and College Football Hall of Famer will officially be introduced at a press conference on Monday.
Yeah, so Terrell Buckley's been coaching for a while, big-time player out of Florida State when he was in college. He's won a Super Bowl, This guy knows football and has a decent name. When you hear Terrell Buckley, you're like, hey, I remember him. So you look at this offseason, we've had Michael Vick, we've had Deshaun Jackson, and now we have Terrell Buckley. But one thing is for certain. If you can win at Mississippi Valley State, that does a lot for your resume, because Jerry Rice is not walking through that door, and it has been hard to win in Edina, Mississippi. But if Terrell Buckley can turn things around there, people will take notice.
There you go. And lots of star power will be on the sidelines in the upcoming football season. And speaking of star power,
Jazz is a star.
Oh, thank you. We've got a great CIAA matchup for you coming up. And when we come back, Tolly will give us his impact players and more on the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show presented by Procter & Gamble.
My role model would be my mom. She raised me, my two brothers, and my sister by herself. And my whole life, I just seen her work hard and get it done.
Talent can only get you so far. That's what my coach used to tell me. Without being structured, you can only go so far.
Welcome back to the HBCU Sports Crossover Show presented by Procter & Gamble. We're inching closer to tip-off in Orangeburg, so let's take a deeper dive into these two teams that we will be watching. There's some players that we're keeping our eye on. Let's start off with Fayetteville State Broncos. They have a veteran squad led by Ezekiel Kennedy.
Yeah, so Fayetteville State has 3 players, Jazz, that are averaging double figures, and Ezekiel is one of those guys. Fayetteville State, that balanced scoring, that's why they are the top team right now in the CIAA South. Caleb Simmons, MASCOM major, he's their leading scorer. He leads the team in rebounds and steals as well. And Terrell Fletcher, he was talking about his mom there, coming back from the break. He's the second leading scorer. You see the numbers on these guys. Look, you talk about 1, 2, but they're right there. I mean, that's just, let's do the math, Jazz. 7/10 of a point difference. I got that right, correct?
Don't ask me.
You see the field goal percentage, and both of those guys shoot above 40% from behind the three-point line, and that's a big part of today's game. So another reason why Fayetteville State's so good this year.
Yeah, and Fayetteville State is also very efficient in the free throw line too, so we'll see how aggressive they'll be there. And on the home side, the Claflin Panthers are led by senior guard Gregory Spurlock from Ashburn, Virginia.
I mean, that just sounds like he's going to do something, right? He's a Spurlock, and he's one of the leaders on that team. You know, the scoring not as balanced for Claflin with this 11-17, but they are second place in the CIAA South. And you see Zion there. We heard from him at the beginning of this segment, and Demarius. But the leading scorer is Mr. Whitehead, John Whitehead III. He's a guard. He's a combo player. 15 points per game. Gets you about 4 boards off the glass. And double figures in 12 of the last 13 games. So very consistent, much like the women's game. I'm expecting a good matchup. 1-2 these teams are in the CIAA South.
Yeah, in 12 of 13 games, double figures. I mean, he's just going to probably do it again. I'm not a betting analyst, but hey.
Yeah, your math left a little something to be desired. I needed your help. You didn't come through.
I'm sorry. It should be another great matchup for the CIAA in Orangeburg. I'm excited to see those dynamic players in action. They're getting set right there on the court for tip-off coming up at the bottom of the hour, but we're not done yet. More of the HBCU Go Crossover Show up next by Procter & Gamble. Stay with us. We're almost done here on the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show presented by Procter & Gamble. We'll get you back out to South Carolina really soon. But first, let me tell you about next week on the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show presented by Procter & Gamble. We'll take you out to the West Coast, baby, where Dr. Teresa Price puts on combines and showcases to bring together student athletes and HBCU coaches. Her organization, the National College Resources Foundation, aims to help under-resourced HBCU athletic programs. Here's a preview.
Attention brings money, and I know that with our HBCUs being underfunded, for eons, for years. Oh, not millions, not billions, but trillions. To me, our sports program is designed because I know that our HBCU coaches a lot. Being under-resourced, you don't have the funds to do all the travel to try to get to everywhere. So we try to bring the athletes to them, or bring them to the athletes.
We've been 3 years because it's a great experience from us being from the South. We had to go out to California to recruit kids that we normally won't be able to see. So that has helped out tremendously. We actually picked up 3 kids from the previous 3 years.
If anybody could get a chance to get involved, I would say definitely get involved and come check her out. Every April she put on the showcase, and you might not find a player for you in that year, but there are upcoming rising stars that's there that you keep an eye on.
Looking forward to hearing more about that great program. Be sure to tune in next week on HBCU Go. And now we've got some exciting HBCU headlines from the world of sports and entertainment. It's time for our weekly social call. We already told you about the big upset of Morehouse over Howard, but the day wasn't a complete loss for the Bison as the team received its championship rings from winning the MEAC last season, and using bling to describe them is a gross understatement. Just peep the unique Bison head design.
Wow, that's a lot. There's a lot going on right there, Jess. That might eat my finger if you put
Well,
that
if I had one, I'd blind you right now. But they look good. There you go. That's all that matters. In addition to the big upset on MLK Day, Morehouse made more news as its students appeared in Vogue to reflect on the legacy of style in honor of the holiday. As a part of the day's celebration, Vogue highlighted the bold, sharp styles of Morehouse students and faculty, capturing them on cam as a part of a visual tribute to both the school's legacy and the enduring impact of Dr. King's vision.
Hey, membership has its privileges. People have stood up and taken notice in the past to how Morehouse students carry themselves. We've seen them with the Ralph Lauren exhibit that they had, or the actual clothing line. So it's not a new thing. At Morehouse, you get that shine, and they're getting it here with Vogue.
And Vogue is a big deal, so congratulations to them.
Come on, Vogue.
There you go. And we can't forget the Spelman Glee Club, who crushed their rendition of America the Beautiful at the College Football Playoff National Championship. Under the direction of Dr. Kevin Johnson, they stole the show with their breathtaking vocals. Sorry if you were a Notre Dame fan.
Well, it didn't quite work out for them, did it? Look, it's a great platform. All eyes were on the College Football Championship. It was right here in Atlanta, just in the shadow of the AUC. So Spelman made the quick trip over there and got some shine there. So great for Spelman and the Glee Club.
Yes. And for our final social call, we're sending all love and flowers to Houston, Texas, where something special is cooking at TSU. And leading that charge is center Jada Belton, who just recorded her 500th career rebound. Box her out.
Jada is on fire.
Can't wait to see what the Lady Tigers do next week right here on HBCU Go. As always, keep up with the polls on hbcugo.tv. And that'll do it for us here on the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show presented by Procter & Gamble. But stay tuned. Fayetteville State and Claflin is coming up next. Thanks for hanging. So long, HBCU Go family.